Good afternoon. We are doing the problems based on chords. We have explained to you few theorems based on chord. The two theorems were when the chords were intersecting internally or externally, the products of length of their segments were equal. When we are going to do this, we are going to explain it to you uh, through the problems which I have taken. Like you have got problem number 1 on your screen. We have two chords AB and CD which are intersecting at point P. He has given you 3 into CP is equal to PD is equal to 9 centimeter. He has given you AP as 4.5 centimeter. He wants you to find BP. First of all, he has given you 3 into CP is equal to PD is equal to 9. So from given 3 into CP is 9. So CP will be 3 centimeter. Number 1. CP is 3 centimeter, 9 upon 3. And PD is 9 centimeter. PD is 9 centimeter and AP is how much? 4.5 centimeter. It is given to you. It is given to you. We know that the product of the segments of the length of segments of the chord when they intersect internally or externally are equal. So in this what happens is that PA into PB is equal to PC into PD. PA into PB is equal to PC into PD. What all has he given is, we know CP or PC. PC is given as 3. PD is given as 9. And AP is given as 4.5. And we have to find PB. We have to find PB. So PB will be equal to 3 into 9 upon 4.5. It will be 6 centimeter. PB will be equal to 6 centimeter. First he gave you a relation. Like 3 into CP is equal to 9. From that I got the value of CP as 3. From that only PD is equal to 9. So PD is equal to 9. So we have got CP, I have got PD, and he had already given you the value of AP, and he wants to find the value of PB. So we applied the relation. We know that PA into PB is equal to PC into PD. From that we substituted the values which were given to us. PA was 4.5, PB was to be found. PC is 9, PC is 3 and PD is 9. From this calculation we got the value of PB as 6 centimeter, which was to be calculated. Now let's see question number 2. In this case, the two chords are intersecting each other externally. AB and CD are two chords. When they extended, they cut each other at P. Again, the same relation will hold that PB into PA will be equal to PD into PC. PA into PB will be equal to PC into PD. 5 into PA is 30 given. 5 into PA is equal to 30. So PA will be how much? PA will be 6 centimeter. 3 into AB is what? 30 centimeter. So AB will be how much? 10 centimeter. AB will come out to be 10 centimeter. And PC is given as 4 centimeter. PC is given as 4 centimeter. We know that. What do we know? That the product length of the segments of the chord if they are intersecting internally or externally, the product of length of their segments are equal. We know that PA into PB will be equal to PC into PD. PC into PD. PA is coming out to be 6. PB we don't know. PB is how much? PB has to be found out, I think. No, sorry. Okay, we could have let it be like this. PB is equal to PC, we know. Do we know PC? Yes, PC is 4. And what is PD? PA is known, AB is known. So PA is known, AB is known, so PB is known. Okay. Yeah, and we have to find what? PD. Okay. Now in the next step, 6 into PB. PB is actually what? PB is sum of PA plus AB. We know what is PA. AB is 6 and PB is given somewhere. PB is given somewhere. AB is given somewhere. We have taken out. AB is 10. AB is 10. It will be 4 into PD. So it will be 6 into 16 will be 4 into PD, or PD will be 24 centimeter. PD will be 4 4s are 16, 4 6 are 24. I get PD as 24 centimeter. And we know what is the value of PC. PC is 4. So CD will be PD minus PC. PD is 24 and PC is given as how much? PC is 4 minus 4. So it will be 20 centimeter. It is the same thing. The application is the same, except calculation could be different. We have to apply different thing. Now the third sum was, this is the application of the property that if a chord and a tangent intersect at point P outside, then the product of lengths of the chords and tangent and the product of the will be equal to the product of the square of the tangent. That is, we know PA into PB. This is AB is the chord, PB and PA are its length of segments of the chord, will be equal to PA, and PB will be the length of segment of chord, will be equal to PT square, is equal to PT square. Now PA is how much? 10. PB we don't know. PB we don't know. PT we know. 12.5 square. So 12.5 into 12.5. You can write a square, or I have written 12.5 into 12.5. PB will be how much? 12.5 into 12.5 upon 10. That will come out to be 12.5 into 1.25. 125 into 125. Let us multiply and see what do we get. Let's multiply and see what do we get. We have to multiply 12.5 into 1.25 into 1.25. It will come out to be 15.625 centimeter. Now, for this we can use the calculator multiplication. You can multiply otherwise. I got the value of PB, but he wants AB. So AB will be how much? AB is from the total length PB, that is 15.625. You subtract PA. What is PA? 10. So it will come out to be 15 point. Uh, sorry. It will come out to be 5.625 centimeter. It will come out 6.625 centimeter. So direct application of the theorem. Now let's see the next sum. Alright, let's see what the problem is. He says PQ is tangent at A, PQ is tangent at A, DB is diameter, O is the center. If angle ADB is 30 degree and angle DBC is 60 degree, we have to calculate three things. We have to calculate QAB, we have to calculate angle QAB, we have to calculate angle PAD, and we have to calculate angle CDB. Alright. Now, we have read a theorem that angle between tangent and a chord, angle between tangent and chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment, is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. For example, angle between tangent and chord, angle between tangent, what is the tangent? PQ, and suppose AD is the chord. The angle is PAD. Angle is, suppose let me take, okay, let's take QAB, first angle he is given QAB. Let me take this angle. Let me take this angle. This is the angle between tangent and chord. For this chord, the alternate segment is angle. For this chord, what is the triangle form? ADB. ADB is how much? 30 degree. ADB is 30 degree. So QAB will be 30 degree also. Angle QAB will be equal to angle ADB will be 30 degree by the reason angle in the alternate segment, in the alternate segment, angle in the alternate segment, angles in the alternate segment, this angle will come out to be 32. Now similarly you can say we can calculate this also. Now please just understand one thing, that what will be the value of angle DAB? Angle DAB will be 90 degree. Why? Because DB is diameter. DB is diameter. Angle in a semicircle is always a right angle. Angle in a semicircle is always a right angle. DAB is 90 degree. Angle DAB is 90 degree. So then I can calculate angle ABD. This will come out to be 60 degree. Because this is 30, this is 90. So the third angle of the triangle ABD, angle ABD will be 180 minus 90 plus 30, that will come out to be 60 degree. Sum of angles of a triangle, sum of angles of a triangle, sum of angles of a triangle, sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So this comes out to be 60 degree. So this angle will also come out to be 60 degree. Let me make it with a different color. this angle is 60 degree, then this angle is also 60 degree. Again the same reason. Angle between tangent and a chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. What will we say? Angle PAD will be equal to angle ABD will be equal to 60 degree angle in the alternate segment. I'm just writing in short, but actually it is the angle between tangent and a chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. But this theorem is called alternate segment theorem, so I'm writing just that much. What are we saying? That PQ is a tangent and AD is a chord. PQ is tangent and AD is the chord. At the point of contact, the angle between the tangent and the chord AD is PAD. PAD will be equal to angle in the alternate segment. On the AD, the angle made is DBA or ABD, which was 60 degree. If it is 60 degree, the alternate segment, the angle between segment, angle between the chord and tangent will be PAD, which is 60 degree. So we have got PAD also. Now he wants CDB. Again the same reason. Angle DCB will be 90 degree. Angle DCB will be 90 degree. Angle DCB will be 90 degree. Why? Why angle DCB is 90 degree? Angle DCB is 90 degree because DB is diameter. Because DB is diameter. Angle in the semicircle, BD is diameter. Angle in the semicircle is right angle. So DB is or BD is diameter. DCB is 90 degree. When you know the two angles of the triangle, the third angle can be calculated. That is angle BDC. Angle BDC will be 180 minus 90 plus 60. So that will be 30 degree. This angle will come out to be 30 degree. Once again, I'll go through this question for you because it's a little long question. I'll explain it to you again. I'm not rolling it down. I'm just keeping the frame on the figure and try to explain it to you through the figure. If you see PQ is a tangent at point A to the circle. At A there are two chords. One is AD. Through 8 there are two chords of the circle. One is chord AD. One is chord AB. One is chord AD. One is chord AB. He has given you the angle between tangent and chord. He has given you angle ADB as 30 degree. On the basis of that, we calculated angle QAB to be 30 degree because we had said that angle between tangent and a chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. Now this actually on the chord AB, the angle in the segment is ADB, which is 30 degree. So angle QAB is 30 degree. Either of the angle is known, the second angle can be calculated. Like here ADB was given, so we calculated QAB. If QAB was given, we would have calculated ADB. Similarly, we said DB is the diameter because it has written DB is diameter, O is the center. So angle DAB will be how much? 90 degree. DAB will be how much? 90 degree. So we know one angle is 30, one angle is 90, the other angle will be 60. So angle ABD comes out to be 60 degree. On the basis of that, we'll say angle PAD is 60 degree. Angle between tangent and chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. So we have got these angles. Now we have to calculate BDC, angle BDC. The third angle was CDB. One angle was given 60 in the triangle BDC. One angle BCD will come out to be 90 degree. Why? Because angle in a semicircle is right angle. So we can calculate this angle to be 30 degree. The other way could have been used also. The other way could have been used also for calculating this. Using the property that angle at the angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle which it subtends in the remaining part of the circumference. So we can have used that property and used also the property that angle in the semicircle is right angle, and combining the two without using this property of alternate segment, we could have calculated this. But because we know this property so well, so why will we not use that property? Now let us see question number. Again the tangent is drawn and a segment is there, a chord is there. You can see the tangent of the circle PQ is tangent at R. At R, two chords are there. RS is also there, RT is also there. RS is also there, RT is also there. And he has given you angle, this is angle Q actually. This is Q. Angle QRT is 30 degree. QRT is 30 degree. We have to find angle PRS, number one, and we have to find angle ROT. Now I would say that angle RST, this angle, let me give it a different color. This angle will be 30 degree. RST will be equal to angle QRT will be equal to 30 degree. Alternate segment. Reason is becoming shorter and shorter. I'm just writing alternate segment. Now just see the angle QRT is the angle between tangent and chord. Tangent is PRQ and chord is RT. So angle between the tangent and the chord is QRT, that is 30 degree. On RT, the alternate segment is, the angle is RST. So RST is how much? 30 degree. He wants PRS and he wants ROT. So for that, first we found out RST. Now we will say ROT. How do I find ROT? Number one, first of all, how do I find ROT? Okay, first thing, ST is diameter, so angle SRT will be 90 degree. Angle in a semicircle, angle in a semicircle, angle in a semicircle. This is angle in a semicircle, angle in a semicircle. This angle will be 90 degree. Let me write it. This angle is 90 degree. Okay. Once I've got this angle, I can calculate RTS, third angle. RTS will be how much? 180 minus 90 plus 30, that will come out to be 60 degree. The same reason like we got this. Now if this angle comes out to be 60 degree, if this angle comes out to be 60 degree, this angle will become 60 degree also. I'll tell you just now other way also. This is 30, this is 90, 120, so this will be 60 otherwise also. 180 minus otherwise also. So I can say angle RTS will be equal to angle PRS. Angle PRS will be equal to 60 degree. Alternate segment. Alternate segment. This is alternate segment. Now he wants angle ROT. Angle ROT is angle made by an arc RT. RT is an arc. Let me hash it with red color so that it's visible to you. This is RT is an arc. This arc RT makes an angle ROT at the center and RST at the circumference. ROT will be double of angle ROT will be double of angle RST. RST, that will be 2 into 30, it is 60 degree. Double angle theorem. Double angle theorem. It is double angle theorem. So we got this. We have got all the angles. Two angles have to be found, but for two angles you have to find many things. You have to find many things. Is that clear? So ORT is an equilateral triangle actually. Because this is 60, this is 60, third angle will also become 60. Alright. Let's see this question. Question number 6. In question number 6 again I am going to use the same property. I am going to use the same property that angle between tangent and a chord is equal to the angle in the alternate segment. Here he says two circles with center O and O dash intersect at point A and B. Center O of the smaller circle, which is blue circle, I would say, center of the blue circle is lying on the circumference of the red circle. CD is tangent to blue circle at A. Not tangent to blue circle, it is to red circle. It is to a red circle. It is to a red circle. Red circle at O. Red circle at O. With center O. Now he wants to prove that OA bisects angle BAC. OA bisects angle BAC. This is OA bisects angle BAC. So I would use the same property. I will say that angle CAO, this angle is X, suppose. This angle is X. This is the angle between tangent and chord. It will be equal to the angle in the alternate segment. This will be also X. Angle CAO will be equal to angle OBA. OBA will be equal to X. Alternate segment. Alternate segment. It is alternate segment. Now, if you look at the triangle OAB, in triangle OAB, angle OAB will be equal to angle OBA. Why? Why will OAB and OBA are equal because OA and OB are radius. OA is equal to OB. OA is equal to OB, radii. This is radii. OA is equal to OB is radii, is equal to x also. So if you look into the figure, we will realize angle CAO and OAB are same. Angle CAO is equal to angle OAB. So angle CAO is equal to angle OAB is equal to x. So OA, hence OA bisects angle BAC. OA bisects angle BAC. OA bisects angle BAC. That will be it because it's almost 31 minutes. So thank you. Bye bye.